Hey everybody, welcome back. It's a new day, and it's a couple days later, and I got to get this all-wheel drive vehicle done. I've been driving the Snob around, aka Saab. So yeah, as you can see, I don't want to drive a front-wheel drive vehicle with slicks and this stuff. So today is the day. I really got to get this job done. I got to get that door panel off. I got some updates on what's going on with the PCV valve and the tubing. So let's get to it. I'll show you, but I wanted to show you this Winter Wonderland. Check this out. So I call it a Winter Wonderland. It's actually not that deep or anything. We're supposed to get about 5 inches, but I mean, this is central New York. We have not had a winter. But to be honest with you, this has gotten me a little inspired to get out here, believe it or not. Actually put me in a little bit better mood. See our little doggy, he's not doing well. If you could just say a quick prayer. I mean, yeah. He's not doing good, so he's going to the vet tomorrow. He just lost feeling in his hind legs and he can't use them, so he's a little mulchy. So that's another reason why I got to get this car finished so I can make sure I get to the vet tomorrow. So we got to get this thing done. So like I said, I got some updates. Remember when I was pulling off that air box? I was wondering. I was checking the footage over again, making sure that, gee, did I pull that tube out when I was wrestling that off of there? And I was like, no way, there's no way I could have done that. So I was looking, and check this out. Shed some light on the subject in here. Okay, so if you notice, look it all up in here. See the oil? And right there's oil. Now, it's not uncommon for a car to have like oil in it, but this is not normal, especially here. So I got a rag stuffed in the hole of where that tubing is supposed to go, right in there, okay? And you could see it all over the firewall. That's where it's been spraying out. So I was like, okay, whew, that tells me that it has been out. So that's a good thing. So it just worked its way out. Now let me show you the tube. Where did I put it? Okay. So I went online and I looked at it. So these it's got like some little clippy doodads here. And the retainer clips, they just spread out and they snap into that port I showed you. on the valve cover, and they broke off, and it's got this O-ring. So this tube here is about 50 bucks, just this tube alone. And there's no PCV valve on here. It's just this tube. And it just reclaims it's just a reclaimer and just shoots it back in. That's all it does. So I'm just going to RTV it in. That's all I'm going to do. I don't need a new one of these. I'm just going to blow through it, make sure it's not plugged, because that might be why it blew out in the first place, because it just had nowhere to go. So we're going to blow through it, put some brake clean through it, blow through it, and that should be it. We'll get it back in there. We'll route it through underneath where it's supposed to go. We'll get this all buttoned back up, and then we'll get this throttle body area done and cleaned up a little bit. Then we're going to blow this out with air, clean this all up, get this all put back together, and then we're going to do the door. Hey guys, do you got your coffee? If you don't, shame on you. If I don't, shame on me, but I have it. Folgers. Oh man, it's like already lukewarm, that stinks, but at least I have some. So I think I like Folgers the best out of the Maxwell House and the Folgers. So I think Maxwell House has more of a fruity flavor, more like wine, if that makes sense. So I'm definitely more of a Folgers fan. I do like Maxwell House, but if I had to choose Folgers, I think you got to use, see, Maxwell House is stronger. I think you got to use more Folgers. Yeah, that's the deal. If you don't have one of these, get one. This is like the best invention. And this is a Kung Fu Freight. And I've had this for like probably 12 years now. And it's one of the best ones they make. I'm not sure if they make it like this anymore, but it's this end is plastic. And it's never let me down. As you can see, I use it for everything. You can get into like door jams and stuff and blow out the critter crud, and leaves and stuff and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is just an awesome thing to have. Don't forget to blow out underneath like the plenum too. I don't know if you saw, but it was blowing a lot of stuff like critter crud from underneath the plenum. So that'll help with the engine cooling, and you know, so it doesn't. It'll just help the car run cooler. That just traps heat, stuff like that. So I just put WD-40 all over it, so you don't get that powdery crud that gets on an engine. That'll help. When I do start this thing up, it'll probably sputter just a little bit, but because I cleaned that the intake out. But this is combustible brake clean. You do gotta make sure. I like the flammable stuff, so flammable stuff. So I don't like the non-flammable brake clean. You gotta like make sure you're getting what you want. I like flammable. So yeah. So we're gonna get back in here, put everything back together, RTV that. Oh, we're gonna check this tube, make sure it's cleaned out, clear, and I want to show you the screen on this airflow meter. Let's look at that. Okay guys, remember I was talking about that? Yeah, so from what I remember, these are like an aluminum sort of mesh, and it's just like a puck sort of thing. And if you look on this side, we could see, let's get a better look here. Ooh. So you can see it better. There's your airflow meter. Don't want to damage that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my air gun in there and spray and shoot out those bugs and stuff the opposite way without hitting my airflow meter. You can see those little wires and stuff. You don't want to hit that stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, perfect. As you can see, it's nice and clean now, and I didn't have to pop it out of there. You can get those out of there, but not without destroying them really, so that was a good fix. And I'm actually going to move on to the air filter now, and I'm going to spray that out. That's in good condition actually. I can't speak because it's cold out, but here, I'll show you. There you go. See? It's not too bad, so I'm just gonna spray it off and just clean off the dirt. That should clean up okay with my air gun. And I gotta get more coffee. I'm gonna have to throw it in the microwave. Or maybe not, I just don't wanna run in the house. I just wanna get this done. I don't like being out here, but I gotta get it done. For you guys, and for me. So, alright, let's move on. Let's get this sprayed out, get this thing buttoned up, and then we're going to start it and let the WD-40 burn off, and the tube, we got to get that done. Let's see if that's plugged. Come on. Don't know what that's from. Alright you guys, I went ahead and made this little bracket here out of some piece of angle metal that I had. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just put this in here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some brake cleaner in here. You can already tell it's not plugged. So that's good. Watch this, it'll pour right out. It is a little sooty in there, so we'll clean it. There. Now we'll blow it out. Now we're gonna go ahead and clean off this end here, get it nice and clean, so that the RTV will stick to it. And we're gonna do the same thing on the valve cover side. And if you have any open wounds, that hurts. I'm gonna see if I have an O-ring that'll fit this. That's kind of worn. You know what? That's fine. RTV is a wonderful thing. What do you guys do when you're running out of RTV? This is what I do. I squish them. And I squished it so hard that I busted a hole in here. And then I taped it. So I'll do this. See, I just busted a hole in it. But that's okay. We don't need this down here. Roll it over again. See? Look at that. Now, it's ready to be squished. And just keep doing it. And then when you get up in here, you could just squish it all out and you don't waste your RTV. Good to the last drop. Okay, you guys, it's time to install this. I'm gonna go ahead and figure out the routing of this. And I could see the tab. And I could see the witness, or not the witness mark, but I could see this is where the tab's gonna go, right here. And that goes there. And this shielding, yeah, it stays up in here. Okay, so let's get this in the tab first, and then everything should line up. Boom, snapped right in. Okay, we gotta make sure that is out of the way. So that's gonna be like that. So I think what we'll do is we'll just make sure that's like that. We got our retiv. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't go underneath there, but it will plug into that. Yeah, it totally blew out of there because it doesn't, man, it just doesn't want to go in there that good. Yeah, it doesn't seat in there very well. I don't even know if RTV is going to really hold that in there that good. If we can, this needs to be bent over more to help it. All right, we're gonna go for it. So it's a little dirty now, so we're gonna clean it up a little bit. You're in my way. All right, we got our RTV. Let's see if it's plugged on the end here. Just a little bit. And I definitely don't want to plug this, so I'm gonna keep it more towards the upper side here. That's good. Smush it in there, and then I'm gonna just get a good bead around this thing. And I tell you, I blew my back out. Yeah, I blew my back out, so this doesn't feel good, and I forgot to take some Tylenol. So I guess I'm gonna have to sit here for a half an hour and hold this. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna let go. Smudge some of this in there. There. That's good. It's holding. It's holding. Alright guys, it kind of works out. While that's drying, I'm actually going to move on to this inner door panel and see what's going on in there. So, I actually popped this off already. Let's take a look. Alright, so I started with this. It just was a screw right here. And, well, you'll figure it out. It goes like this. And aim the screwdriver right in there. Pop this out. And this was actually a little tricky. It actually is a little retainer right here, and you pop that out. Just be careful you don't break these tabs here. Alright, so now I'm going to move on, and we got to look around and see what's holding this door panel on. So let's do that. I'm going to start up here where the speaker is. Hey guys, another tool that you should have if you're ever doing any interior stuff. You can have all the other stuff, but you know, for popping interior stuff apart, don't use screwdrivers. It's just, you're gonna break stuff. This right here. This is another Kung Fu Freight, Harbor Freight, China Fart. And man, this thing, I've had this for years. That's paid for itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off. I'm sure it's just got some little metal clips that hold this in. And I think there's a tweeter in here, so see that? Just pops right off. Okay, so this had to come off anyway, but there's a little tweeter in there. I'm going to go ahead and just search around. Get these out of here. Alright, it could be behind here. I'm going to go ahead and pop this off. We might have screws behind here. And again, that's what this is great for. Just be really careful. There's that. There we go. So I'm just going to work my way back here, actually. There we go. Now, if I was pulling on this way it spreads it. That's great about this tool. Just another tab. Boom. Okay. Aha. All right, looks like we got some 10mm bolts in there. But that's that. Gotta take this off. More must-have stuff. Oh, it makes life so much easier. We're gonna go ahead and take this again. We're gonna start working our way around. It's very thin too, so here we go. Start prying. There we go. Ah, all right. Once you do that, there. Beautiful. Here we are, guys. It's off. Now we can get behind here. You are definitely going to want to save this. You want this back on. All right, what do we got going on with my door? Is it broken? Please don't be broken. And it's broken. Well, that sucks. That means I won't be fixing this today. Okay. So it's broken. But this car has, what, 160,000 miles on it, so I guess it was bound to happen sooner or later. The good news is these are $15 on eBay. So what we're gonna do is I'm just double checking to make sure it truly is broken. We got a Torx here. So while I'm waiting for a new part to come in, I'm just going to go ahead and put these in here. So I don't lose them. And put my tools back. Door panel's there. The interior piece is here. In the meantime, I'm going to fix the glass. We'll see what's going on with that. I think I know what's wrong with it. I think the clip is probably broken or the adhesive came undone. I'm going to try to liquid nails that. And then we'll roll it up and let it sit, and hopefully it'll hold it. And then I'll have my window back. Because I can't go through drive-thrus. I have to go in all the time. That sucks when you want to go to Arby's and get mozzarella sticks. You gotta go in all the time. Alright you guys, so I got the, of course the window has been up in the up position, so we're gonna go ahead and lower it. That's on auto. There we go. This is the saddle area where the window should be, the glass, and the glass is up there, and here we are. So, alright, I'm going to be upfront with you. I have tried to fix this before, and I RTV'd it, and the RTV did not hold. Guys, I went ahead and got the glass out of here. It was really simple. I went ahead and took the rubber molding off the weather stripping here. Sometimes this is referred to as like a cat hair or whisker hair on the inside, and then the one here, I took that off. I was able to slide it down and then push it forward this way, cock it that way, and slide it forward that way. Alright you guys, well, as you can see, I did try to repair this before, and I used RTV, and obviously it didn't hold, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, and I make sure it's nice and clean, and then I think what I'll do is I'm going to scuff this up with like some 80 grit, just for the glass to kind of get scratched up, and hopefully for the liquid nails to grab onto a little bit better than this. And actually, this is still, I don't know, it just feels oily. So I don't think that ever stood a good chance of gripping it. So let's give this a good clean. Okay, so here's some super rough. This is like 80 grit. Here's the part where I was talking about, guys, where that plastic piece is supposed to have like a pinch. I'm going to check that. I'm pretty sure it's missing. That's what broke. Okay, that's good enough. I just want something to grip to. We'll give that a shot. Now we're gonna go over to the car side and try and clean that side up, and we'll see what that looks like. All right, you guys. Well, here's the plastic piece. This is what the cradle is, pretty much, where the glass sits in it, and you can see where you know. Here's my repair that I tried to make before. So what I'm gonna do is, it's kind of a really bizarre setup. I mean, there's really not much holding the glass. You know, the glass kind of, when it goes up and down, it kind of, you know, teeter-totters, and it has to be free. It's not sort of like it kind of has to maneuver and sort of rock back and forth. So this does that. So it's not a sure thing, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I'm gonna clean this out best I can with all the cruddy RTV, which actually, it's pretty clean. It came off with the glass, so that's good. So I'll get rid of most of this here. All right, guys, so you can see where the where it rides right here. The glass rides in, and it's kind of hard to see, but back there is where the hole is. And there was like probably a little ball end that this would probably snap right into. There's no glue or adhesive that would have went with this. But what I'm gonna do is, I gotta find my, what I'm gonna do, I'll go ahead and get my liquid nails out and just smush it all in here and get that all done. I'll go ahead and put my weather trim back on here, get this rolled back up, and just let it sit. Let it sit for a long time. Get this put back together and buttoned up, and you know, get my door panel back on. And then just let it sit, let it cure, because I think it's got like a 24-hour, you know, something like that. Here it is. We'll find out what it is, but I got my gun around here somewhere. Yeah, we'll find it. But anyways, yeah. And I got really nothing to lose, so I think it'll hold. This stuff's pretty awesome stuff. And if worst comes to worst, we'll buy a new regulator. I actually checked. They're about $25. And since we know how to open up that door card and everything, it's relatively easy. So it won't be a big issue to fix it if we need to in the future. But this is a simple fix. This stuff's about $5. And yeah, we'll get it taken care of. So that's next. Alright guys, that should be pretty substantial. In the back, do you remember how I told you there was like that hole? I smushed a bunch of the liquid nails through there. Now that's going to get hard, and it's going to act as a sort of that button I was telling you about. So once it gets hard, it's gonna be pretty solid. So now I'm going to go ahead and put everything back on. Well, this is back on. Now I'm going to go ahead and raise this up and just let it sit so it can cure. Alright you guys, now that that dilemma is over with, it's time to start putting this thing back together. Okay, if you recall, we were waiting for this to dry, and that's awesome. Man, that's not gonna go anywhere anytime soon anyway. This is nice. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get the air box installed, get all this button back up, and then, now maybe, you know what? While we're at it, let's go ahead and get the coil pack put back to where it's supposed to be, and all this plugged back in. Let's do that. All right, you guys, well, just about done here. Got the battery on broil because, I don't know, I must have left the door open or something like that for a little too long. So I'm just gonna wake it up a little bit longer here, and pretty much done. I got it back together, looks good. Just sprayed it down with some WD-40 so I can just protect it a little bit, clean it up a little here. It's looking pretty snazzy, so I think I'll let it cook a little longer, and then I think we'll back this thing out and take it for a cruise. But yeah, we'll just get it out, and it's pretty much done here.